Okay.
kind of setting things up, and I wasn't seeing that go live, but I guess you have to be in the meeting in order to see that. So the YouTube setting.
Yeah, Stephen, I've gotten into trouble a little bit before.
Yeah, I bet. Kind of setting things up, and I wasn't seeing that go live, but I guess you have to be in the meeting in order to see that. So I think I need to the YouTube setting. I'm hearing myself being repeated here. So.
Yeah, Stephen, I've gotten into trouble a little bit before.
Yeah, I bet. Kind of setting things up, and I wasn't seeing that go live, but I guess you have to be in the meeting in order to see that. So I think I need to the YouTube setting.
Mute the
I'm hearing myself being repeated here. So.
Yeah, Stephen, I've gotten into trouble a little bit before.
Yeah, I was setting things up. I wasn't seeing that. Okay. I found out what was going on. I had YouTube in the background, and it was yeah, it was going on there. So
now you see how early it started recording.
yes, that's right. So Mark, how you doing this morning?
Good, good. You're coming through loud and clear here.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I'm in my office today. I won't be able to do this tomorrow because my wife will be home. So I'm gonna have to go to my back patio.
Get you a couple of smokers candles and some Febreze, and she'll never.
Yes, I need to do that. That's right. I you know, I have an ozone machine that I was able to get. You can't get them shipped here to California, but I was able to get a friend on California, you know, but I was able to get a friend, another YTPC member. I always get those confused. He had it shipped from Amazon to him. He ordered it for me, and then he shipped it to me. So I have it, but the problem with that is that it will kill plants. So you can't, yeah, you can't just plug it and let it go throughout your house like I thought you could. It'll actually kill any living organism. So, which I didn't know.
Other than people, I would.
Yeah, people. Yes. Yeah. The funny thing is, it comes with a big warning sign. In fact, there's a door hanger that says "Do not enter." So they come fully equipped to, yeah. So you're not supposed to be in the room with it actually. So you're supposed to vacate the area and then open up all the windows, you know, sneak back in, I guess, open up all the windows, and then it'll let you. Then you can come back in. So I didn't realize how powerful they really were, but I've used it in my car a couple times. It does a really good job. So, oh, sorry about that. I got a pet and grooming place calling me saying my pup is ready to be picked up. She'll have to wait for a while though.
Well, I have air purifiers throughout the house. They're not the ozone kind, but they really seem to do the trick as long as I remember to clean the filter. And that's
Yeah.
not my fault, is I go a little while without cleaning the filter, and having dogs only it the dandruff that dogs put out, it's horrible.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, I should probably get maybe some of those might be a little more practical for my for the house instead of having to, because I thought, well, how could I shut off my office, you know? But I have the way that my office is, I got a big door without a there's no door, it's just a big opening. So I told my wife I was gonna get a big tarp. She said, no, you're not gonna get a big tarp. So oh well, it was worth a shot.
I need
But
to look into the ozone machine for my car.
yeah, you
That'll
know,
probably be pretty cool.
it does a good job. I purposefully got it as smoke filled as possible and put it in there for a half an hour and plugged it in, you know, and then open it all up again. It smelled really nice, and it lasted for a couple of days. It's just a fresh smell. It's hard. One guy described it as it smell like an incoming storm or after it's rained and stuff. How it smells. So it did a good job. So I was really happy. It does a good job. So yeah, I was happy with it. So I am using it for that right now. And I guess if I really got desperate, I can move all of our plants out of the house, but that'd take a bit of work. So I'm not sure that's practical.
Yeah, I think you'd find the air filter to be really good, and the smokers candles, uh,
Hmm.
which I've picked them up. I think the cheapest place I've found them was at Walmart before.
Yeah, I believe it. I need to check
They
into this
they
then.
really did a good job. Uh,
Okay.
but I wasn't using them back in my office. I was using them up in the front of the house in the parlor.
Okay.
They seem to really knock it out. But, again, I didn't smoke English blends up there. The only real time that I ever noticed anything left was when one night I think there was 4 of us smoking cigars, and that hung around for the next week.
Yeah, that'd be a little more of a challenge.
That's not going to happen again.
Yeah, exactly, right. Oh man.
I mean, I pretty much smoked throughout the house except the bedrooms, and so, I mean, that's, I don't really. I mean, I've had guests in and they don't notice it. So
That's good. Funny because I can never, well, after I smoke my pipe when I'm working from home, I can smell, it smells nice to me, for a while. Of course, in the afternoon, it starts smelling stale. So I open the windows, but yeah, I might get some of those, smoker's candles and maybe an air filter. So that might be a good idea for ongoing use, as opposed to the scorched earth policy of the ozone machine.
yeah.
I'm making sure I'm not missing anyone here. It looks like I think I get an announcement when anyone wants to come in, so I don't see anything right now. So I guess we're good. Yeah, I figured I'd better do this before tomorrow because, like I said, I've never done them before, and there's a lot of little buttons you can press and things in Zoom that I've never really used before. So,
Well, I will say if you haven't, I think you know this from having come into mind yourself before. If you have somebody that's really their first time using Zoom, a lot of times they won't connect that first time and they have to completely go out and come back in. Don't
okay.
I guess it's just their computer setting it up or something.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I've noticed that a couple times. Because I normally connect when I'm in my car with your meetings on the Falcon Fridays, and it takes me a couple times usually to get in there. So, and I notice the sound is really bad because it's just, well, it's not on Wi-Fi. It's just using the mobile signal, so it's a little less quality, but still seems to work okay. I had quite a few guys that showed interest in it and being in the meeting. Of course, I email the announcement and the instructions out to quite a few guys, but of course, the different time zones and all that, it's hard to know who's going to show up, so we'll see. But
It's a good idea, David. Yeah, I like it.
thank you. Yeah, I hear about these guys meeting up, and I thought there's no way I'm in California. It's going to be really difficult to get back east or down south and meet one. So I thought this would be kind of a fun thing if we could make it happen on a regular basis. It's one thing to just watch all the videos, but in order to actually be able to kind of talk and visit, I thought that would be kind of a neat thing. So we'll
Right.
see.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it bite off more than I can chew here, but it doesn't seem to be too complicated, really. So one thing I was kind of stressed out about is that I thought, what if I don't really have enough to talk about? Because I just kind of, I guess, see myself as a facilitator. So, but I may have to write some questions down or something, some topics to discuss.
That's why I always had Steve in the room.
I know I was going to say he does a good job of that, doesn't he? Yeah, I need to find
I
somebody.
don't even know the half of the story. You should see what we talk about when we're not live or
I
recording.
bet. Yeah. Well, you guys always seem to have a nice time, so that's fun to tune in.
I refill my lighter here.
What's that?
I said I have to refill my lighter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got a couple on my desk here just in case. I got my trusty Peterson lighter. I got my Captain Black lighter, and then if worse comes to worse, I got a box of matches.
I like that torch you had the other day, David.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got a couple of those. I got a couple of those on Amazon. they were like 2 for $10. So I gave one to my son Spencer, and I kept that one. And I kind of forgot it was down in my little bin there, but I was having a hard time keeping that tobacco lit. So I thought that did the trick, you know.
It did.
Let's see. Someone else is trying to join. He says he's getting the host has another meeting in progress. Let me see if I can get this information to him real quick.
Sometimes I've seen that if somebody tries to get in late.
Okay. Let me see if I can get him in here. Let's see here. I had a little, when I started the meeting, I started it from the Zoom app, and then it said Mark Sizemore is trying to join your meeting, and I opened it. So I may have done something to make it difficult. So let me see if I can find the meeting code here. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. All right, let me shoot this. I found a tab that said send invite link, so I'm going to try that out. That should do it.
There are a lot of settings inside Zoom.
Boy, there really are. There are so many that and I clicked on a couple not knowing what they were, so I'm hoping that so far it's working, but we don't know.
Yeah.
I sent Dave a invite, so maybe he'll pop up here in a second. Dave Hale, he's Piper Dave 2023, so he should be joining us here shortly if my invite went through okay. So Mark, what are you smoking there this morning?
This is a Peterson Jade, and it's Chelsea Morning.
Okay,
Still in my morning mode right now.
Yeah. So Jeremiah, how about you? What are you smoking this morning?
I've got some rum and maple by Sutliff.
Nice. Yeah.
I think I was a little too greedy and packed this a little too tight.
Oh boy, I've done that so many times. I'm currently smoking some Delta Honeydew in my Falcon right now. So yeah, I got that. And I've got some
Mine's protesting over. The rum and maple doesn't seem as strong as it has in the past.
Ah.
In the past, it really, I mean, it was about like smoking waffles in your. Not sure if they've changed their mixture or if my taste buds have changed or what. But
Oh, yeah, it could be either one, huh?
it was about like having breakfast in your pipe.
Yes, that's right.
So,
Yeah, I've got some. I think it's Autumn Evening that kind of has that mapley taste too. Sutliff Autumn Evening has the same type of maple thing going on.
I know this pipe will work.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll have to try some of that Autumn Evening. The maple sounds nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. It really is.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had that.
Yeah, it's a good one. And then I've never had the Old Toby, or they call it Tom Bigby now, I guess. They had to rename it. So I've got that in my Meerschaum over here. And then I've got some Mississippi Mud in my Merchant Services pipe, just in case I need 3 pipes. I'm sure throughout the day I'll probably. And the problem is when I'm working from home on Thursdays or today I took the day off, but that night I have always noticed I could tell I've overdone it because my tongue's a little sore. Sore side, so I have to pace myself, I think.
Yeah, Old Toby can burn a little bit hot sometimes.
Okay, that's good to know. So you guys have any big plans for the weekend?
Oh, I don't.
That's good. Sometimes that's a good thing, huh?
No, not really, just hanging around.
All right.
I've got an old apartment building. It was a quadplex, and then they took out the dividing wall on the bottom, and I'm going to be using it for my ministry.
Oh, nice.
House teams in, and so I've been working on that. So that's kind of taking almost all my free time.
I bet it does. I bet it really does.
So it's in pretty good shape. I got it from another church that had been using it, and I mean it's just almost out my front door. So
Oh, that's
it's
nice.
even better. So I was looking to see you got a few people making some comments here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I need to open up the chat. That's right.
Thought I would open it up and see.
Yeah, let's see here. It's funny, in my chat window, I'm not seeing anything at all.
And your YouTube chat?
Uh, actually, you know what? I'm looking at the Zoom thing. That's right. I need to go back to YouTube. That's right. I didn't think about that. Okay, let me do that.
Bro, I've been doing this too long, so
Obvious.
Looks like Ragamuffin Piper tried to get in but couldn't get in.
Yeah, he's the third. I've got Father Brian and Piper Dave, and then Ragamuffin Piper. Something's going on that I'm not aware of. I'll have to figure that out because yeah, something's not quite
well, you could say this is your test.
Yeah, that's right. So I've got a whole 18 hours to figure it out before tomorrow. I wonder,
Same time tomorrow.
actually going to do it at 8 a.m. tomorrow because there were a couple of guys in the UK that I thought would be a little easier for them to do it earlier, so they'd be about 8 p.m. there. So, but I know Steve, he must stay up really late on those Falcon Fridays, huh? Because if that's about no, that's not too late, I guess, because you normally have like at 9:30 or so in the morning, so that's not too bad, I guess.
Yeah, that's why we do them at that time, is because that gets him right before tea time. So
Yeah, true. Yeah. So it'll be tomorrow at 8 a.m. I'll try it again and hope I can figure out these issues with people not being able to get in. Because I should be seeing participants waiting to enter because I have that. Or maybe I should disable that. But I only saw for you guys, I didn't see anything else. So I suspect it has something to do with the meeting ID. I don't know for sure. Although I sent the invite directly from this meeting, and Piper Dave said he got the same error message. So I'll have to figure that out at some
well,
point.
you got the participants window open.
Let's see here.
There's a little window at the bottom, and it'll show you like who's in the waiting room.
Let's see.
Let me see. I don't know. Yeah, so at the bottom, it should be a thing that opens up, says participants. If you click on that, it's going to throw a bar up on the side of your screen.
Okay.
And then when somebody comes in and is in the waiting room, you'll see them pop up on that bar, and then you can hit allow.
Okay.
Are you seeing that? So maybe if one of your guys wants to try again on that link to come into the waiting room, you might catch them then.
Okay. When I click on that link, I only see breakout rooms and stop live stream on the bottom. On the top, of course, I've got just the different views, speaker, gallery, immersive, and all that. That's odd. And I'm using a desktop client as opposed to the web version. Let me look at the bottom here. Participants 3.
I'll see if it'll let me share the screen, and I'll show you what.
Okay, great.
Okay, nope, that's not working.
Ah,
I thought is it because it then suddenly put me in another mode.
oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, I can. Yeah, mine's a little different. As I say, when I come down, it's got mute, stop video, and then it's got participants, and then
okay.
it's got share screen, and then
Oh,
that disappears when when I don't have the mouse over it.
okay. Now I have a window that says participants. It just says 3. Let me see more.
Yeah, so click on that, and that should bring up a bar on the side.
Okay.
Nobody else will see that. Only you'll see that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look around here tomorrow or between now and then. Let's see. I can see it would take some getting used to get fluent and all that. I guess that's why I did want to have.
Yeah. If you don't enable the waiting room, I
Mhm.
think it just lets people straight in, but you may not want that. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that could be either good or bad. Huh?
Just experience. I would say,
Not so much. Yeah, you have more experience, that's for sure, knowing what could possibly happen. Well, I'll
as you can get, and I think it was Uncle Phil who
mhm.
got bombed one time, but you can suddenly have a few people show up in a room where they're trying to hack any room they can get into, and
Oh man,
Mhm.
not good. Yeah, I used to help a guy with Hago. Have you ever heard of Hago? It's no longer around, but it used to be like a virtual touring um app program, and you could watch tours all over the world. So these tour guides would it was almost like a YouTube devoted to touring. And so I helped a guy down in Australia. He was kind of an older guy, well, older than me. So but he was having a bit of a hard time. So I volunteered to help him, but we'd have people jump in those chat rooms all the time and try to stir up trouble and all that. And I became the bouncer of the kicking people out and trying, so that was a full-time job because they're just lurking and looking for places to go to and cause a problem, I think.
I think early on, and I mean this is all pre-COVID Zoom meetings. I think I just would put up the Zoom link, and I think only once or twice do we really have somebody come in.
Okay. Not too bad then.
All other stories will have to be when we're not streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, I thought with this new VR headset, like I was thinking about this the other day, where you're saying as far as taking tours,
Mhm.
I mean, if they didn't just have the Apple headset at such an astronomical price,
Right.
I mean, and it's really what is it, $4,000? It's
Yeah.
ridiculous, really.
Yeah.
Now, if Apple wants to send me one,
Yeah. I'd be glad to try it out, right?
I can start the virtual pipe community,
Boy,
please,
wouldn't that be? That's right. That's right.
because it won't obstruct my.
Yeah, that's right. You could still smoke your pipe and all that. Yeah, I saw that price. I almost fell over because Apple's always been expensive, and I've always been an Apple fan, but I've always been torn because I've got an iPhone, but part of me wants to get other devices because they're so proprietary, but it's hard to get out of that ecosystem once you jump in there with an iPad and an iMac and their iPhone and all that sort of thing. So
Well, and that's a part of why I like Android better, is because it's not locked down to, they allow anybody to create uh,
yes,
content for Android
yeah.
versus Apple. it's so, it's so locked down. And I mean, it's only the Apple store as far as I know, unless they've
Oh,
changed it.
yeah. No, they haven't changed it.
And, I mean, you feel locked in.
You really do. Yeah.
I really think that what they should have done with these VR headsets, if they had still kept them at the price they are as a development price, but said that when we come out with the next generation, you turn in your old headset and we'll give you 50% off.
Yeah. Good idea. That's
That,
right.
then I can guarantee you that I mean, I would be trying to then get one, but
Mhm.
still 4,000 a lot of money. But I'm just saying, you know, you know, prostitute the dog or something.
Yeah, I know. There's no way you could swing that. And every year or two, they're going to come out with a new set. And then as time goes on, of course, then your devices age out because you can no longer use them. I've got back in 2006, I think it was, the iMac Pro came out back then. It was a big multi-$1,000 device, and it was so neat because it had all these components. You could slide hard drives in and out. Well, I got one of those 2 years ago for $100 because a guy was getting rid of a bunch of them, but it's aged out now, of course, so you can't update a lot of software. So I'm going to have to get something. So now I'm torn between getting a desktop PC. I used to always have PCs, and I built them for the longest time, and they're fun to do, and I don't know, some point back then in about 2005, probably, I walked into my CompUSA and saw that big 24-inch iMac on the counter and thought I had to have that. And they hooked me ever since that point. But it's been a love-hate relationship with Apple devices, for that reason. Of course, I got Apple phones, Apple, watch. So I'll tell you, you get hooked on those things and you're stuck.
But I thought, with the VR headset, to take people on a tour where
Yeah.
they can have a VR headset, but you're on site and
Mhm.
then you're seeing, the people in your screen.
Yeah,
I mean,
that'd be really neat. That'd be quite an experience. Yeah.
but one of the things that I was wanting out of that was to where you could you could meet people anywhere. We could if we had all VR headsets, we could be smoking at the base of the Eiffel Tower right now.
Exactly. Wouldn't that be something? I have a feeling that's probably something you could do if you
Yeah.
got money to, give to Apple. But you have to be a pretty hardcore devotee to spend that money on that virtual headset. That's for sure. I had I had the Facebook version. I can't remember what they're called now. They call them Oculus. I think it was Oculus. It was basically a gaming headset that you could use. And my kids had them. They're all grown and married and stuff, but they had them for a while. I thought that's really neat. So I got myself one, but I couldn't use it because whenever I used it, my wife would just sit there and laugh at me and tell me how ridiculous I looked. And I obviously did because you're you're standing in your living room on a rug, making all these hand motions because you've got you got revolvers in your hands and lightsabers and so I couldn't take it. I had to take it back to Best Buy and get rid of it. But it was kind of fun while it lasted. But I think those are about $300 at a time. So a little more affordable than the Apple VR. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Apple's just learned the thing of. I mean, it's almost like. Now I'm trying to think of like the uh, Penzance, where it's unobtainable. So if you just
Yeah.
set it high price,
Yeah.
you make it to where you can hardly find it.
Hmm.
People will pay an arm and a leg for it, and then
Mm-hmm.
they have to say, "Oh, this is really good," even though it's really not any more different than anything else. But they've got to say that because, hey, I just paid a couple of $100 for an ounce.
Yes, that's right. It is the same exact idea, boy, they've learned that boy, their marketing is top notch. They're able to suck money out of a lot of people, for that same idea. Well, guys, I don't want to tie up too much of your day. I just wanted to kind of see how this would work. So I appreciate you helping me out there. And hopefully you can join us, join me tomorrow, and I'm going to try to iron out the bugs to figure out how I can get everyone else in that wants to show up. So, but I really appreciate your time this morning. And
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, David.
oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, 61 today.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, happy birthday.
I don't know where those years went to. Thank you, Professor Jeremiah. Hmm. Well, thanks again, guys. I'll let you go. Appreciate you helping me out.
Yeah. No
You guys
problem.
hope you guys have a great rest of the day.
See you
Bye.
later.
All righty. Bye-bye, guys.